But we start with the breaking news story coming out of Tottenham that we brought you just a few minutes ago. Sky in Italy is reporting that talks with Paulo Fonseca have broken down because of financial reasons. Now, Spurs have been managerless since they sacked Jose Mourinho back in April. They've been in talks with Fonseca for the last week after he emerged as a surprise candidate. The Portuguese has been out of work since he left Roma at the end of the season. And Sky in Italy are also reporting that Gennaro Gattuso is now favourite for the job. A reminder of his credentials, obviously known for his time as a player at Milan and, of course, Rangers. Well, he started his managerial career at Milan. He was there for 2 years and won nothing. Well, he went to Napoli in 2019 and won the Coppa Italia in his first season. He left there at the end of this campaign with Napoli in 5th in Serie A, missing out on Champions League football. Well, he then joined Fiorentina, but he's on his way out after, wait for it, 22 days after falling out with the hierarchy. Sky in Italy say Fonseca could now replace Gattuso at Fiorentina. Well, they talk about managerial merry-go-rounds. Paul, this is incredible. You cannot make this up. What is going on at Spurs?
Yes, Mike, good question. In the last few moments, we have had that information verified, the information coming from our colleagues in Italy that indeed those talks with Fonseca have indeed broken down. We're told it's a decision that Tottenham themselves have taken, and we're also told that it is not to do with anything financial in those negotiations. As of last week, those discussions were quite advanced. We reported last week the talks with Fonseca were going well. They were advanced. Everyone thought finally Tottenham had found Jose Mourinho's replacement after quite a bit of frustration along the way. But we now know that that's looking increasingly unlikely now. Those talks have broken down. A bit similar, and we had this deja vu moment with Antonio Conte as well just a few weeks ago. But we know that they have been speaking to a lot of managers in this process, Tottenham, and yes, Gennaro Gattuso, a lively character, of course. He would certainly be good value on the touchline if he does indeed get the job. But yes, we're being told that he has emerged as a leading candidate to replace Mourinho. So Gattuso now very much in the frame, and it's just another day of drama in the managerial search for Tottenham Hotspur.
It's astonishing. Gattuso, 22 days at Fiorentina, fell out with them. How on earth is that going to work with Daniel Levy at Spurs?
Well, I think it would be an interesting dynamic. I think it's fair to say, you know, a manager with a bit of character, as Gattuso is. He's somebody who obviously has a lot of passion. He had a lot of passion as a player. He's had a lot of passion on the touchline as a manager as well. And he is somebody who will care deeply. So in that regard, as long as, you know, in any football club, in any top-level football club, if things are going well and they're having success on the pitch, it doesn't become a problem. But then when things are not going well, that's obviously interesting. But a long way before we get to that point. But what we can say at the moment is that Gattuso has very much emerged as a leading candidate for this job.
Do you think Harry Kane's watching all this thinking, I've got to get out of there?
Well, we know Harry Kane has made his mind up long before what has been going on with the managerial search. I think it was around about a month ago now that I sat here and said that Harry Kane has told Tottenham, he's communicated his wish to leave this summer to Tottenham. So Tottenham know that. They've been planning for that eventuality, looking at backup. That's not backup strikers, but looking at strikers to possibly replace Harry Kane should it come to that this summer. So it will be, players will be looking on and thinking, what on earth is going on?